Let's see, is this recording? It is. This is Ron. I'm gonna have my cigarette. I want to record myself smoking because I didn't do it for a long time. Probably never. I don't know. What do you think?
Hello.
Hello, this is Ron, and I'm a schizophrenic. I take risperidone, Seroquel, and Luvox, and I got some paranoid conclusions. It does not show in reality, but I think it has to do with why we live our lives the way we do currently. The Antichrist rules because there is a misunderstanding that men should rule over women. This is a misconception caused by God, I think. I'm pretty sure. And if women would rule over men, then maybe the Antichrist would no longer have control mentally. Now I gotta, what do? I go here. Um, when they look at us, they being what? The blank of material and thought. When they look at us trying to find out memories, are they trying to find out memories of the opposite with looks or hearing, etc.? And maybe if they have captured us mentally, they can cancel out our minds, since the eyes is the opposite of physical, right? I think the group Anonymous wears masks so that we can't make a photocopy of them in our minds to use for bad purposes, or with a camera, like this camera here on the computer. Okay, I got other information. Let's move on. Um, warning is emotion, unable to warn eyes by moving eyes, unable to think and roll eyes. And during an anxiety attack, maybe I'm unable to roll my eyes. I really don't know what rolling, how's that possible? Rolling of the eyes, I don't know how that's possible. We can control the doctrine such as a Bible with a mess, a disorganization. The doctrine is controlling the world along with the mathematics and the science. And I don't think this is necessarily for our benefit. They have no honor. They took my honor. When you fight someone, you take their honor. That's why the man doesn't fight physically. Probably not psychologically also. Let's go on to another page. Okay. They're using our hearts to move their asses with our conscience. and via their asses their entire body will move. They may be synchronized with our hearts in our bodies to move themselves via their asses. I gotta move on now, right? Another page. Yeah?
You're my friend. I couldn't have something to you. You know why? Because you were once married.
What?
Isn't it wrong?
What?
You were once married.
Memory of mass is clear.
And I know you still love her.
She's married to another man.
I don't want her to feel. Well, I have a big mouth.
Can I continue? The physical love and fear is opposite to the conscience. They are trying to change the gender to get rid of women in this world. I think that's part of the conspiracy. Maybe they want a homosexual society. The physical love and fear is opposite to the conscience. Notice when you look at people, they look like they are in a daze because they 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 seem to see something different. They're like in an illusion about what's around them.
Honey, I'll give you glass time. I'll come on later. So you wait here.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright?
All right.
Just tell me when you come back.
I don't know. I can't set a time.
I'll be sending you the world.
Huh?
I'll be sending you the world.
Okay.
Alright.
See you later.
Alright.
When an end reaches a beginning, that's when they come and go. Like if they walk to a certain location, you will see people coming and going. That's part of a plan. It's not necessarily at random, I think. Well, although it looks like random, when an end reaches a beginning, like if a person walks somewhere and reaches somewhere, like the medication station or someone else, or a television or a car, you will see people coming and going during that meeting time. And the last thing here, they don't want to picture themselves. They want it to picture them, the spirit. They are the blank of time. This blanking of time may have disabled my brain. They don't worry about who they are, and I worry about who I am. So that is reason for suspicion. People don't worry about what or who they are. I worry. And maybe because the blank of time is controlling the physical or the mind, it is reflected in my books that I got published, and people cannot read them because of that. Or when you try to write on paper with an ink pen, the blank of time would stop the ink from flowing, and you have to scribble the pen to get it writing again. I think this is all for now. This is Ron. I'm a schizophrenic, and I take risperidol, Seroquel, and Luvox as my psychotropics. Remember to take your medications It will serve as a fail-safe as you attempt to understand the unknown. Okay. I hope this is recording. The lighting isn't that good, but I'm hoping this is okay. This is a top tobacco rollie. I think this is it, right?